everyone, my name is Jennifer. Thanks so much for joining me today at Tiny Barn Farm. I'm in my garden, in my flower patch, just enjoying these beautiful black-eyed Susies. Anyway, I'm going to do a tour around the garden, just see how things are going. Things have gone a little wild out here, but you know what? Even when the garden is wild, we still get quite a harvest. So I'm going to show you some of my successes and failures this year, some of the things that I've struggled, some of the things that I missed, and things I'll do better next time. Got my basket. Head out, see what's out here today. It's beautiful today. Let's have a look at the sunflower. We're gonna have a nice good look at this beautiful sunflower. All right, let's see what we got in the garden. Okay, so let's see what's working and what's not working in this garden. These green onions are doing really well. Look at them. They're coming, but right now they're kind of chive size, but that's okay. We'll get lots and lots of green onions out of that. And we got some big ones at the end. And these bulb onions seem to be doing okay. I did push them over because they say that if you push them over, they produce larger bulbs, but then what happened was they popped back up. So I don't know what that's about. I'm not sure. I mean, the bulbs aren't very big right now. So I don't know if anybody out there has bulb onion advice. I'm not an expert on bulb onions. I've grown them in the past and I've had varying results with the bulb sizes. But I don't know, I was told to fold them over, but somehow they keep popping back up. So I don't know if I'm just not kinking them enough or what. But so yeah, if anybody has growing bulb onion advice, I would really appreciate it. Let's see what we got here. So I've got my somewhat failed but very successful peppers. So this is so interesting. So these peppers, I mean, the plants were always kind of suffering a little bit, but now they're starting to leaf out and turn really green. So I don't know what's going on, but they're certainly producing quite a few peppers though. So I've been kind of picking them kind of at this stage, and I dry them. These are hot peppers, just gorgeous. So yeah, I've been picking them as the week has gone. I've got some jalapenos here. It's got some cracks on it, but that's good. They're still good. Yeah, I don't mind them like that. They're beautiful. We've got some of these little chili peppers. We didn't get many of these, but I'm happy to see those. On the border here, I've got some sunflowers. These are smaller sunflowers, but they're starting to flower. Yeah, the hummingbirds have been around, but it's got so many blossoms, like so many flower heads on it. Just about to burst, just so many. So this is going to be a sunflower bouquet. Right by the carrots. So lovely. But yes, I've seen quite a few hummingbirds around the sunflowers, which is nice to see. And this one's got a lot of flower heads on it too. So yeah, we're gonna get this. It's so tall. I just can't believe it. It's massive, this plant. We're gonna get a lot of sunflowers there. This is the first time I've grown collards, collard greens. Look at those. Not too bad. I like those. Actually, we make a nice family traditional soup out of collard greens, so I'll be enjoying that in some soup or stir fry. Delicious. I don't mind the holes. I mean, it's probably cabbage moth that's creating that, but that's okay. They're actually in pretty good shape. I guess the cabbage moths don't like them that much. Of course, we have our incredible zucchini plants that have been producing like crazy. So let's see if there's anything in here now. Oh, there's one there. I think it's a little bit small, so I'll leave it. Oh, that's a good one. Let's see. So many flowers. Oh, that one's a little small too. So we're gonna, uh-oh, I see a big one. Gosh, big zucchinis. Gosh, you just leave it for a day and then suddenly you've got these massive zucchini. Oh, isn't that a beauty? Just lovely. I make zucchini bread, so I don't mind having a lot of zucchinis. Look at this one. It's like over a foot long. Gosh. All right, come with me, big boy. This one got away from us. That's a big one. Oh dear. Where are you, zucchini? Oh, there you are. Somebody gave me a recipe for zucchini flowers, like fried zucchini flowers. It's an Italian recipe. I haven't tried it yet, but I'd like to. I tell you, even when you have all these weeds in your garden, you can still get lots of zucchinis. So beside this volunteer sunflower, we have carrots, and they're looking really good. Let's see if there's anything. It's still a little bit early for carrots, but I've already picked a few baby carrots, but look how healthy. Yeah, we've had a lot of good luck with carrots here. So assuming the groundhog doesn't get to them, we should have lots of carrots this fall. This is celery. Again, first time I've grown it. It's doing okay. It needs a lot of water, and it's been a little dry lately, so some of the celery at the end isn't doing so well. But this stuff is doing pretty good, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Look at that. Oh, I'm gonna pick this one. I know that it's not full size yet, but oh, actually, you know what? Maybe I'll pick one of these. Isn't that just amazing? That is a beautiful turnip. I've never grown these before. And one of the farmers up the road just said, just thin them now, it's fine. I'll just pick them, the ones that are crowded together, but it looks like we're gonna get some pretty good sized turnips, because if they're already this big, I'm impressed how well these grow. Look at that one. All right, that's a big one. That's a good size. So yeah, I think I'll probably do a stew or a chili or something and put some turnips in it. It's looking pretty good for our basket so far. Parsley is doing so well this year. I've been drying it. Thyme. Beautiful. I'm gonna pick some of that. Oh, it smells good. Anyway, that's pretty good. Oh, lovely. Finally coming up. Oh, awesome. Oh, basil smells so good. Beautiful basil. I love dill. I've been told that if you let it go to seed, you'll have dill for the rest of your life in your garden. So I'm gonna do that this year. But yes, that's coming along so beautifully. These are dry beans. So I'm gonna let these mature, but they're already starting to produce beans, which is really exciting. Nice size ones too. We'll be getting our yellow wax beans soon. Getting some yellow beans. I could see all the little flowers on there already. Okay, definitely picking some kohlrabi today. We got some nice size ones here. And look, somebody has been eating my kohlrabi leaves. I suspect it's the groundhog that was, see, he's eating the tops. Kohlrabi leaves are edible and they're actually quite good. But yeah, there's somebody's been munching, either a deer or the groundhog, little buggers. So I'm just gonna pick these and that'll be that. That's pretty good. I think we'll leave the rest for the critters. This is cabbage that is not doing so well. It's not forming a proper head, it's just opened up, so I guess the cabbage is a little bit of a fail this year. I just noticed this. Look at the pollinator garden. Okay, I plant these pollinator seeds every year because look at the gorgeous display. This is just the beginning of the flowers starting in the pollinator garden. Oh my God, so beautiful. Look at those. And in about, gosh, how gorgeous. In about a week, this garden will be covered in bees. I just can't get over how lovely these flowers are. So I'll be filming this again. I'm just crunching on, this is actually all the weeds that were in this garden. I weeded it a couple of weeks ago. But this garden will be in full bloom in about a week. Hopefully we get a little more rain just to give it a bit of a hand, but it is not disappointing. It's so pretty. Okay, and another thing I just spotted in the garden is that's a pumpkin. There's one there. Another one in there. They're little pie pumpkins, like Jack something. I can't remember the name of them. I'll look it up. And they're really nice and sweet. But yeah, there's just a whole bunch in here. So now what we're gonna hope for, look at this pumpkin patch. Now what we're gonna hope for is that we don't get an early frost. Because if that happens, we could lose them all. Oh, look at those. Yeah, they're producing like crazy. Lots and lots of flowers. If we get a frost, I will attempt to cover this patch because these will be worth keeping. I have to admit extreme failure on a couple of fronts. One of them is the broccoli, which again, kind of like the cabbage, it never formed any heads. Oh, there's a little broccoli head, a teeny tiny one. That's something. Not much though, not great. So I don't know, it must be a fertility thing. Well, there's one there, a little one starting. We'll see. We'll keep an eye out. You never know. Maybe there will be broccoli after all. Maybe I'm just being very pessimistic because I feel very disappointed about my potatoes. My big failure. I let the potato patch go. Potato beetle has taken over, as you can see, and it's just decimated my potato plants. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just spotted something amazing. Look at that. That is a teeny tiny frog. An orange frog. I've never seen one of these before, ever. Oh my God. Isn't that amazing? Look how beautiful you are. Wow. Okay guys, I've never seen, if anybody knows what kind of frog this is, let me know. Isn't that just incredible? It's bright orange. Here's some corn. Look how beautiful that is. So it's looking okay. These will be coming up every year, which is so exciting. So yes, tomatoes have gone crazy. These are delicious. These are sun gold. Really nice sweet cherry tomatoes. Look at that. Look how many fruit are on this. Like it just keeps going. This is an amazing plant. But yes, they produce like grapes. Lovely, lovely. So yeah, this has gone crazy. But man, we're getting a lot of fruit. Look at these. I think those are Brandywine, San Marzanos. These big tomatoes. And I like to cut back some of the branches so the the tomato fruit actually get more sun. I'll be pruning these and tying them up so they're nice and secure as the tomatoes ripen. Not quite soon though. These are so good. Sun sugar. Beautiful. Oh, that one's broken. Another thing I spotted in the garden is these beautiful blackberries. Look at those. All right, so I just picked this morning. So I've been picking probably about a dozen zucchinis. For the most part, a dozen zucchinis a day. So for the most part, they're about this size, but then every once in a while, you get one of these. So I think I'm gonna make some zucchini bread. I've already been planning it. So I've already shredded a bunch of zucchini. And most of this I freeze because it's really great. Like I put it into tomato sauce and things like that as well. But zucchini bread is a favorite of ours. So I thought I would share the recipe with you. I'll have it in the show notes. Okay, so 2 good sized bowls. And I'm gonna double the recipe. So it calls for the single loaf. It calls for 1.5 cups of flour, but I'm gonna double that and make it 3 cups of flour. I love this flour. It's Anita's organic, all-purpose. I use it for bread, but it's really nice for zucchini bread as well. So I'm gonna use that. Measure out 3 cups. It's very rare for me not to spill flour. I try not to, but it's kind of inevitable. Happens every time. Put 2. This is a 2-cup measuring cup. I have to remind myself of that sometimes. So that's 3 cups flour. 3/4 cup of sugar. What I'm gonna do, a friend of mine gave me this maple syrup. It asks for white sugar, so I'm gonna do 1/3 of maple syrup and then the other 2/3 white sugar. It gives a nice little slight maple flavor, which is quite nice actually. 2/3 of white sugar, 2/3 olive oil. This is really nice olive oil. That one there. So you have these 4 beautiful farm fresh eggs. These are great in the compost. I do keep my compost bowl up here. Our kitchen is still under construction, so we're still in a bit of a transition. Zucchini I shred yesterday. Okay, so that's 2 cups. 1 more cup. There we go. It usually ends up being about 2 medium-sized zucchinis, like kind of this size. That's about 1.5 cups. Mix that up. All right, so that's the wet ingredients. Continuing with the dry ingredients. That's just the magic baking powder, really common here. 1, 2, 1.5. I always add a little more just for a bit of insurance. Oh, I love the smell of cinnamon. So 1 teaspoon of salt. I have this handy little grater and I just use the zest of the orange. I will be doing this one later on because I'm gonna bake more of these, but I do have some left over from yesterday. So 1 teaspoon of orange peel. There. So actually I'm gonna throw that in the wet ingredients because that just makes more sense to me. Mix that in. Oh, that smells nice, the orange. That just gives us a little bit of a slightly citrusy flavor to the loaf, and it's really nice. It's a really nice addition. I almost can't have it without, once I tried lemon, it's not the same. I mean, I love lemon loaves and things like that, but with zucchini bread, it has to be orange peel. It really adds a lovely flavor to it. You know what? This loaf, I'm gonna add some walnuts. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. It calls for 1/2 cup. I'm just gonna add a little handful to the dry ingredients. I don't like too many walnuts, but a little bit is kind of nice. We're gonna combine the ingredients together. Bit by bit. Oh, I'm gonna preheat the oven to 350. This is such an old oven, but it was made so well about 30 years ago. We actually bought it. I just love the look of it. I just think it's so adorable. They don't make them anymore, which is heartbreaking because I'm gonna want something similar when this one fails. But we bought it used off someone in the Sudbury area, and they had it for about 10 years. They had bought it used from someone else. Like, it's just amazing. They just don't make things like this anymore. It's cast iron on the top and weighs a ton. And it's a Heartland. I think it's called Heartland. Yeah, Heartland stove. I just love it. So it's about 30 years old. One of the burners doesn't work and it's really hard to get parts, but I'm hanging on to it because I just love it so much. Even though the oven is a little small and there's a few challenges with it, I don't know. There's just something kind of authentic about it. I love the quality, and it's really hard to get that in a newer one. Different type of stove. Anyway, I know there's some companies out there that make similar stoves, so if we do end up getting one again, I'll either try to find another used one that's a little newer, or I'm not sure what we'll do. But anyway, we'll hope for the best that this one lasts another 20 years and we shall see. It does bake really well. There we go. That's our batter there. Grease the pans. About a teaspoon of olive oil in each one. So I just dribble in a little bit of olive oil. I use just a paper towel and I just make sure that every corner is coated. I'll spread it around the pan. That's what we got there. They're about, I don't know, 2/3 full. So we're gonna bake these for 1 hour and 10. Oh, I'm sorry. So we're gonna bake those for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And then we'll check. And then if it needs a little bit more, we're gonna check it with a toothpick. If it needs a little bit more, I'll add 5 minutes or so. All right, see you in a bit. Here we are. Look at these lovelies. Oh man. So good with breakfast, like with a cup of coffee. Yum. Zucchini bread.